Question for Ked. When Ismail came back to the room, Lyle was saying that he said something that Coach Carter would often say. What was it that he said, and what was the response like when he came back?
He said, I think he came in talking about some FBP. I don't know, man. He said something that Coach Carter would say, man, but everybody just laughed at him, man, because, like, Izzy known for trolling in the room, man, but, like, that's just our guy.
How's it been like having back?
It's been great, man, Like, I feel like, room tends to get uptight at times, and Izzy has a way of, like, like, just saying, like, let's just take it easy, make us laugh a little bit, and then let's get back to it.
Michael and then David.
Antwan, you've had a pretty interesting journey in college football. What can you tell us about what that's been like?
Yeah, I would just say it's been adversity a little bit. I've faced some adversity and some challenges, obviously, but just kept the perseverance and kept coming through. And I got to Arizona, a really good spot. I'm really happy here, and I've been working really, really hard.
What did you learn from those experiences, would you say?
Just to never give up. To me, my problems might seem big, but to somebody else, my problems, right? Like we always talk about, you don't want to trade problems. So just try and face everything that I face, head forward, and keep moving.
David and then Cole.
Seems like, guys, we always have you in here after a pass pro day, heavy on that. You guys worked on that individual as well. So with the defense, I think last year I asked you, Kedrick, just kind of where you were with that. How do you feel like you've improved now a year later in that? And then for Antwan, how do you attack pass pro as well?
I think that I've improved as far as like my patience and stuff when it comes down to pass pro, as far as like striking timing and not lunging. But there's always ways you can improve in pass pro or anything in general. But I think those are the ways that I've improved this year.
Yeah, and I'd say for me, from the spring, you could definitely tell my pre-snap reads. I'm reading it a lot faster, so I can already kind of process and eliminate who's already coming and who's not. And then from there, Coach Lyle takes us on our fundamentals and techniques. We work our base, work shooting our hands, and then work inside out. So I would say that's where I've improved on.
Cole in the back and then Brian.
Well, do you have an idea that Marty could be part of the running back when you signed with U of A this past offseason?
I didn't have an idea probably until the fifth year rule kind of passed, and Coach was really open about it, and we were really welcoming with Marty coming back. He's been a great addition, and he's elevated the competition in the room for sure, and just a great teammate for sure.
For both of y'all, that competition, have you noticed kind of an uptick in that since he's been back, knowing that that actual presence in the room, there's also touches at stake potentially this season?
Honestly, I think it's the same with anything, though. You know what I mean? You add an extra guy. Like, of course, there's going to be competition, but it doesn't, change the dynamic of the room. You know what I mean? Like, we all still going to be brothers at the end of the day, like, and we're going to be here for one another.
Brian and then Justin.
With all the responsibilities you have, where does the pass catching fit on that list for both of you guys?
Being in an offense like this, I mean, I think it has to be like top three things that probably goes being able to run the ball because that's our job. Mm-hmm. Pass pro and then pass catching.
Yeah, same. I mean, you'll see Noah attracts a lot of attention, especially this wide receiver core. Defenses start to drop 7, 8 into coverage, and then you'll kind of find a running back maybe laid out in the flat. So it's definitely important to always kind of be knowing that the ball can find you at any time in this offense.
Justin and Lindsay. Antwan, what was it like playing for a school that was on Last Chance U? I know you weren't on Last Chance U, but how do you look back on your time playing JUCO ball?
Yeah, it was quite an experience. Not as many, I would say not as many resources probably that I have here, but it was definitely kind of same, just grind it out, trying to get out of there, then come here and make it for sure.
And then what can you tell us about the relationship that you've developed with Seth Dagey and how that maybe helped you come here?
Yeah, I would say our relationship was built on like hard work. He worked really hard and I worked really hard, and then through that, obviously at Marshall, we kind of grew, and I appreciated how he attacked every day. And then coming out here, you see how hard he works. He never really leaves the building. He's always trying to scheme up something, get a step ahead of somebody. So that's kind of how our relationship really grows. And then off the field, he cares about you as a person, as a player. He's going to check up on you. He's just a really great guy.
Lindsay and then Michael.
You guys have a very deep room, obviously, and I overheard a practice like the other day, you guys might not be able to get as many reps in like individuals as you would like. How do you think that dynamic works, and like has that changed the mindset at all?
I think it only changes the mindset. Is like, I mean, honestly, it don't really change the mindset. It's kind of like one of those things, just like you got to get what you can get. You know what I mean? Like you can't take a rep for granted because, you know, it's not that many to go around. So, you know, if you're not trying your hardest on every rep you in, then what you doing here, you know?
And with so many different personalities, how do you guys think you complement each other and like just the versatility?
Yeah, I'd say the room is just egoless, kind of like nobody expects anything to be handed to them. Everybody just works it really, really hard. There's no egos. Everybody wants to coach everybody up and try and push everybody to be better. And so it's just an easy room to be in, a really fun room to be in too.
Michael and David?
Antwan, the year that Seth was at Marshall, you were injured that season and didn't play. Is that correct? How were you able to like form a relationship with him, even though you weren't on the field? And obviously, you made some sort of impression because he decided to bring you over here.
Yeah, kind of up until the point where that injury had happened, I had some really big runs in practice and just strung along some really strong practices back to back to kind of start off spring ball. And then, yeah, the injury had happened and I missed the season, but I came back last season, had a pretty good year at Marshall, then entered the portal. Then from there we kind of reconnected, and then that's how it kind of started back up.
Our last two will be David and then Justin.
For both you guys, just in terms of the pass catching, did both of you play a lot of 7-on-7 coming up, and how did, if you did, how do you think that helped you as a pass catcher?
I mean, honestly, I didn't play much 7-on-7. I mean, I played a little bit, but honestly, after I got because I didn't even play running back or offense in 7-on-7. I used to play corner and safety, and so honestly, I didn't. As soon as I got my first offer at running back, I stopped going to play 7-on-7 and start coaching it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd say I played it kind of earlier on in high school. I didn't really play it towards the back end, but it would definitely helped expanding my role on the offense as far as versatility. They could split you out wide, split you in the slot. So I would say that was kind of the first time I got used to being out wide and out slot and stuff.
Finish up with Justin.
For both of you guys, have you guys gone out to Ismail's restaurant, and what do you think about that opportunity for him?
We haven't made it out there yet. I haven't, at least as a room. We've been a little booked up with camp, but as soon as it's over, we're going to eat out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been good, man. Yeah, we I went out there. I think within the first few days he was in town, man. Just went to go holler at him, man. It was good though.
Antwan, what was it like growing up in Nashville? Can you tell us about your upbringing?
Yeah, my upbringing was great. I had really, really good parents. Two-parent household. Nashville's a beautiful city. Tennessee, beautiful state. So, and then it's a lot of Southern hospitality, a lot of good barbecue out there, and a lot of good football. So it was great growing up in Nashville. I really loved it.
What do you do outside of football?
Yeah, I don't really want to sound like, but it's really not much to do outside of football. If I'm not practicing it, I'm watching film or watching other running backs or just taking care of the body. But yeah, that's kind of really how I spend most of my time.
How do you guys hang out as a group?
Yeah, we'll play the game sometimes when we have some. Yeah,
be on Fort a little bit.
when we have free time, or we go out to eat. You know, if there's when football starts back up, college football or anything, Sunday night football, Thursday night football, I'm sure we hang out, start that again, and then NBA season we'll start watching that.
We done watched a few games together too.
Yeah, so
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.